Hello, my name is Kunal jhawar. So the topic today I've selected is about India's jobless growth problem. India is one of the largest growing economies in the world. With a GDP of $4.19 trillion, India places itself at the fourth largest economy in the world. Yet, millions of Indians, educated youth, struggle to find jobs. How can an economy grow without creating enough employment? This is the paradox of India's jobless growth, and that is what I have selected this topic today for this video presentation. You know, Jobless growth refers to a situation where GDP increases but employment does not grow proportionally. In India, sectors like IT and capital-intensive manufacturing have driven growth, but they employ relatively fewer people. At the same time, a large share of workforce remains stuck in low productivity agriculture or informal jobs. It has been said that almost 45% of the country's youth is employment in agriculture sector, but the contribution of agriculture sector to the country's GDP is just 18%. That shows a relatively high mismatch between the contribution as well as the employment. This creates a structural imbalance in the economy. Historically, India skipped the labor-intensive manufacturing phase that powered growth in countries like China. Post 1991 reforms boosted services-led growth, especially IT and finance, sectors that require skilled labor but employ fewer workers. Additionally, rigid labor laws, skill mismatches, and automation have further reduced job creation in formal sectors. As a result, economic growth has not translated into inclusive employment. India has a demographic advantage with one of the youngest population in the world. It has been said that 20 years back, China had the same advantage, and China actually leveraged that advantage in order to boost its GDP. And as a result, in the 20 years, China has increased its GDP from like $3 trillion to nearly $20 trillion economy. This is the advantage that India currently has because almost 55% of the country's youth is less than the age of 28 years. So India need to leverage this. But without sufficient job creation, this dividend can turn into a liability. High employment can lead to lower consumption demand, rising inequality, social and political instability. In essence, growth without jobs is not sustainable. To address this, India must focus on first promoting labor-intensive manufacturing through initiatives like Make in India. Second, investing heavily in skill development aligned with industry needs. Third, reforming labor laws to encourage formal job creations. And finally, supporting MSMEs, which are the largest employment generators. It has been said that MSMEs employ nearly 110 million Indian people and they contribute nearly 30% of the country's GDP and almost 45% of the country's export. So the government, if want to increase the employment, they need to increase their investment in the MSME sector. India's growth story is impressive but incomplete. The real success of an economy is not just how fast it grows, but how many people it carries along. So that was my discussion about the India's jobless growth. Thank you so much.